stuff figured out here. Get my live stream going. Get my content going so I can see the questions and all that stuff. Ah, there we go. It's amazing I can't find this. Boy, I'm very red again. Let's see if I can get this. Adjust this a little bit. I'm still red. I'm gonna have to do all this, change it. Anyway, here we go, right here. This frame, show this frame. There we go. All right, I am very red. What's up, guys? Very red today. What's up, Dylan? Big D, Brian? Guess I just need to go ahead and get rid of the red, huh? It's not too much sun. Let me get rid of this. Hang on. I try to cover my my giant balding forehead. Oh man, I'm still red. What is up with this? Tim Clark, Bob, what's up? Kijan, Earnison, Rock, Major Roads, Dad. Joe Girding, where's he at? I didn't see him. Not like that. Yeah, I have been outside quite a bit today. I built the extension for the driver's stand and all that. So I kind of needed the extension. So what's up, guys? Oh, Ashley, you're here, man. There you go. Now I see Joe Girding comment. Southern Utah, Bob, good afternoon. Robert Lockamy, good afternoon. I have that color. Woo, I am shiny and red now. I don't think I was in the sun that much today. What's up, guys? I've been busy with school and missed fish. Yeah, man. The Red X Max. Yeah, the servo horn stripped, so I had to order a metal one for it. So that's why it's kind of broken in pieces back there. Yeah, I got the body of the big one right here, man. I have been at it. Good afternoon. Nice SV2 video. Thank you, Major Roads. It's your favorite X-Max aftermarket part? Probably the wide kit. That really was awesome. What's going on, everyone? How's the tune going on the Ram? It's still the way it is, but I think I need to pull the carburetor apart. For some reason, the throttle's starting to stick on it. So I got to get that apart and see what's making that, trying to stick a little bit, because you really don't want that throttle to stick. Maybe I'll see if there's another carb. That carb only has one needle on it. So maybe there's another carb out there with like the low and the high that I can get for it. So I get a little bit better tune, Joe Girding, yeah. That was pretty rough. I was really surprised that it held up on the corner landings like that and pulled out. I even saved it a few times too. That was pretty awesome. What should I put on it? No, the servo is not sticking. The servo is doing perfectly fine. Servo is doing just fine. It's not the cable. The cable is doing fine as well. So all that's going just good on that. Yeah, the carb only has one screw on the thing. That's all it has. There's no high or low on it or anything. So if you guys know a good carb that'll work that motor well, let me know what to look for. I can take notes right here. So, have a DBXLE. What are some essential Octavio? With the DBXLE, the first thing to do is go run it. If you happen to notice your gears skipping, like when you're jumping it, you hit the brakes and all of a sudden you hear this nasty skip, or if you're bouncing it under throttle and you hear a skip. At that point, what's happening is the plastic gearboxes or bulkheads, they're not really strong enough for the electric power. So what you end up with are the pinions start skipping on the ring gear. So aluminum bulkheads, that's what you're going to have. It doesn't matter whether they're Vidavon or any of the other ones. You got to beef that up. Otherwise, go have fun. DDM Racing has them. Okay. I'll look for some, let me start my note file again. You guys always teach me stuff. DDM Racing for a carb. I know they got a lot of Fiskill stuff there. All the stupid emissions and bullshit. It's got the 49cc TMR, so it's like a stock motor, but they kind of blueprint it and beef it up a little bit. What about a Muchula carb? Not sure what a Muchula carb is. Closing up on the Napa. All right, all right. So a Holmes Hobby 21K with a UDR, and I'm starting to add a bit of Vidavon. Do you think it'll be a good bet? Should go to the 1900 kV. If it's getting hot in the UDR, yeah, you might want to do the 1900. Right now, I've got the 2200 TP power in my UDR. It's pretty darn awesome. Yep. Craig 49cc TMR, kind of beefed up a little bit. Just pick up some of those bulkheads. Oh, yeah, yours are in the box. When I get done with this, I get you the label, Dylan, and yours will go out tomorrow because that front bulkhead came in right today. I'm not expecting it to show up today, but it did. DHL actually came through, kind of, sort of. So I got all my Vidavon stuff in. Well, most of it. But, yeah. The south side of the EP needed to take a step back about 10 years. Card use them an all small engine for 1cc. Mukula. All right. Mikuni. Now, okay, that sounds familiar. Mikuni carbs. See, now that sounds familiar. My DST70 says low BEC. I've not had that happen on any of mine yet. I'm not sure what that would mean. Wondering if it always lifts the front up and sits on the back end. That is because it's very top heavy with the stock body, also real heavy in the chassis. Your best bet on that is to see if they have brass for the axles on that. I'm not sure that they do with it being Vanquish. You may need to find some heavy wheels to try to counteract the top, or swap bodies to a lighter one. That'll help a lot. Matt, X-Max or Creighton 8S on 800 kV XL2. X-Max, Creighton. The 800 work on good on both of them, man. For the X-Max, I actually prefer the 1100s on the X-Maxes. Hey Joe, how's the Dirty South building? Actually, I'm due to start on that tonight. I actually got the links and stuff. They all came in. He sent those to me. So I'm actually ready to get restarted on that. So, yeah. Standard on a home light chainsaw. The chainsaws, they got about 49, 50, 52, 60 cc on those, don't they? Would a 60 cc home light chainsaw motor work? Kind of cheap as compared to the $1,300 TMR, which I don't think the TMRs are even made anymore, are they? I heard somebody talk about they had issues with them. So when mine goes up, and instead of throwing $3,000 at a 70 or 80 cc, I'm just throwing 13 at it and getting the electric. So my wheel should be here then. RC Daily. You were after the yellow 1.9s, I believe it was. I believe I sent you a message on that earlier. Let me see. No. Yeah, I've got these. They're kind of yellow, a little bit maybe goldish. I know I've got the 1.9s. I've got these in stock. The normal silver with the black rings, I got those in stock. So I got quite a bit more stuff actually. Walbro 990. I had one of those by Bob's. I had one of those, Sergio Cox, hey buddy. I had one of those in another fifth scale I had, and it ran great for about 30 seconds, and then it just starts bogging real bad. I could never get that out of it. That actually had a Gizmo 31cc motor in it, so maybe that was part of the problem. I'm not sure. The master kit on the... All right, Octavio, send me... You know what? I need to put my email in there, don't I? Forgot to do that. rc@yahoo.com. There we go. Now my email is there. You guys can send me emails on that. We're going to pin that, so that should stay up at the top. Yeah, RC Daily, yeah. Let me see here. Ah, there you are. Gotcha. All right. Weak compared chainsaw aren't that strong. Well, Ghana Moose, they sure sound good. They sure sound good, them chainsaw motors. But then again, they got a tiny little sprocket pulling a motor. This is pulling an 80-pound beast. I tried to run it on like some DBXLE tires, like the size of the X-Max. And man, that thing needs the big 12-inch tires to move. It was so slow. Man, I'm half tempted to do a video on that just to show how slow it is. Man, yeah. Joe Gray, you put the Flyer 400. Man, I had a Flyer 400. It was in the 12S Creighton that I got. And man, I did not like that ESC at all. It just... Maybe I'm just too much of a Castle guy, you know? But I just could not get the 400 amp, but I'll be waiting to watch your info on that, watch your videos on that, because that's going to be interesting there. Do you have any hub carriers from Vidavon for the X-Max or Next Max? Justin Colpitz. I actually did get a set of front knuckles and rear hubs all in on the order yesterday, actually, because it came in 2 boxes for some reason. So one day and one the next. DHL is never really totally on time for me, but I do have those for the X-Max. I also have some of the diff covers, the little silver ones. I've got 4 of those in stock. So if you want those and I'm sitting here talking about them and somebody else does, you need to send me an email at the top of the stuff pretty quick. Look, it seemed like the way to go on the Raminator. Tim, I agree. It doesn't stink. It runs smooth. And I kind of like the way it uses the clutch. I'm just kind of curious as to how long the clutch is going to survive. You know, the clutch kind of softens that brushless hit to the whole drive line. But I got a feeling I'm going to wear some stuff out on this thing. I do like it. I really do. But I want to get some more slap wheelies. And I got a slap wheelie. It was off camera, but man, I was actually driving it because we had an open park out here. And I'm sitting there, I'm driving it for the people are all watching it. You know, they got their phones up and everything. And I popped it up and I got a beautiful slap wheelie with that thing. So it is gaining power with every run. It's probably going to gain enough power and sling the rod out of it or something. And then I'll be like, you know, calling up Primal, send me that $1,300 brushless kit. Oh, man. All right. Oh, man, everything's been mowing. Everything's been moving. And I was just locked on that one page. Sorry about that, guys. Shade Tree. Randall Hussey. How much for a set of wheels? I'm assuming you're talking about the 1.9s. Let me see. How much are those, actually? Let me look at those. 1.9 B-locks. 110 shipped. If you need them, at the top is my email address. You're going to want to send the email to that. Try a 1170 or 1190. Man, I need to take more notes. You guys are awesome with tech, man. You guys, the 90 carb. Okay. Because, yeah, I want to try to get what I can out of that 49cc. I don't want to have to buy electric. I want to. If that motor goes poof and it's just gone to the world, then, yeah, I'm not putting gas back in it, believe me. Stock 32cc, ain't more power than most commercial chainsaws. Well, I know the chainsaws, they sound so good though. Oh, really? A $20 carburetor? Let me write this one down. Tillotson. Tillotson. HL-324A. Okay, I got that one down in there. Major Road, smash that like button. Heck yeah, man. So I'll definitely look at that. Tillotson 212. Man, there are a lot of carbs out for this thing, aren't there? I'll look at all of these. I'll look at all these. Because I would like to have that dual needle, you know, get that low and the high. You have both TRX4 and Phoenix. Probably the TRX4 just because it's so brutally strong. But the Phoenix got some nice features. Okay, here we go. Everything's moving again. Talk to text sucks. Yes, Justin, I know. Joe has the carbon fiber UDR body. Oh yeah, someone must have asked about that. I do have the carbon fiber body. The same carb on a bike, running lots of power from stock carb till it's simply okay, got you there. You know, as far as that carbon fiber UDR body, I tried to look on AliExpress as where he actually has a channel or has a website set up, and I did not see them. I saw them before. They were like $400 for the body, so they're not cheap. And he only made like a limited of like 50 of these things. So if there's none available, that's it. Vidavon is not making 124 stuff. And the last time I spoke with Arthur, he's not really interested in the 124 stuff. I'm going to trade a Revo today. They can glance first gen Revo. Ooh, yeah, first gen. I got a trailer overdrive on Capra. Can't wait to see what happens. That'll help out, especially in the turns. Robert, we're starting my rock crawling course tomorrow. No one has any experience, so wish us luck. Man, it's just like in your condition, just make sure you build it vertical wall so you can get up close to it so you can get your hands onto it. You know, and then obviously the paths and all that while you're rolling beside it and everything. Got to make sure all that works out for you there. I'd probably only go maybe 2 feet wide if you can at the top. This way you can get down both sides of it if you need to. Black Venom, I had an eRevo V1. Personally, I like the V2 better. Yeah, last I checked, he was just not interested in the SCX24 stuff. So, oh, an old 3.3. Yeah, I'm not into the nitro stuff. Nick is back. That's not much, just so good. Let's try the Taylor. Yeah, but Nick, before I go spending that kind of money, I'm going brushless. Before I go throwing that much money down on a gas motor. Where can I get a Proline 1/5 Chevy body? I'm assuming you're talking about the X-Max. I would probably guess A-Main would have it. Proline is also owned by Horizon. So you may be able to go to horizon.com and find it there. I've got several 124s, but they're so tiny. It's like it makes me really feel old when I have to work on them. It's like I can't see, Sonny. Don't get the Proline black body for the other mount was split from the start. Get the clear and paint as required. We start with stronger. Two-stroke, no bottom end torque. Exactly what the Ram needs. Love to smoke out. I mean, heck, how about a 5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton? And it won't fit between the frame rails, though. South Florida's checking in. Hey, man. You got your first nitro the other day? Shade Tree? Is it working out for you? I messed with it many years ago and just wasn't my thing. Any recommendation on motor and ESC combo for a Bomber Fling Kings? Probably something like a Mamba X and a 3800. In all honesty, that transmission is kind of low. So I'd probably go like a Mamba X and a 3800 kV Castle for that thing. That should move your Bomber pretty good, Justin. Can you put 20 millimeter longer shocks on and not change anything else? Not sure what vehicle you're talking about. Should make a large crawler with some Raminator axles. I almost wanted to do a Thor V2 if I could afford to get another set of Vidavon portals for the SCX6 and then figure out how to hook drive shafts onto that with the 8mm inputs. I'd probably have to take the pinions somewhere and get them laid down to, I don't know, 6mm so I can run a Rift drive shaft to it. But then you got the large hole for the pin, so you'd have an issue with that too. So the Taylor 50's got more torque than the 80cc? Jay Kilburn, hey buddy. What should I do by Dusty to make my Rift more of a crawler? Get the low gear. And when you get the low gear for it, make sure you watch my videos on the transmission case mods that have to be done to make that work properly. And then a 13-tooth pinion gear. That should help you out quite a bit. Make sure it's a sensored system that you're running in the Rift. Pull the 5-horse Briggs on a trailer. Shade, I'll be getting boring. 20 RCs and all of them electric. Well, I mean, there's so many different kinds of RCs. Rift, X-Max, you got the Phoenix right there. You got the Team Corley right there, which happens to have the J Concepts Fling Kings for the LMT on it. They ran great. I got to figure out what I can put up tomorrow, though. I sent another wheel. I sent old one back. Oh, RC, that was a TGH wheel that you broke? Man, holy moly, I've got like 3 sets of those and I haven't broke them. That was way too thin. That was like paper. That wasn't so good. I'm a CR12. Thank you, man. That can be a big help. Yeah, buddy. Driving from Jacksonville back to Orlando. Thanks for giving me something to stay entertained. Well, I hope you're just listening to this, bionic scale crawlers. Don't be trying to watch it while you're driving, buddy. Well, yeah, got about everything, Shade Tree. Thank you, Adidas. Bomber Money Pit. I got the Bomber. I know the feeling. All mine are money pits. All of them. But you have fun with it, right? Having fun is not cheap, apparently. Not in this hobby or most other one. Well, the Ridge Vanquish has a 4313 with Avon portals and 13 turn awesome crawler. Yeah. I need 3.8 bead locks. I don't have any 3.8 bead locks around. I think RC 4-wheel drive will be your guy for that, or will be your brand for the 3.8 bead locks, Craig. He's typing to comment while driving, apparently. Well, I hope he's like in the passenger seat, you know. Man, that would be an insane crawler. Could you imagine trying to lock those axles up and then trying to get it to steer? I mean, heck, steering as it is kind of a chore for 2 big servos. Which actually, during that run, that last video I put up, I didn't realize it, but I actually broke both steering servos. So I did some digging around, and I took the 1000 Beast out of the DBXLE. I had another Beast 1000 sitting in the bin, so it now has Beast 1000. And one of these servos, the primal servos, actually broke on the big drive gear, right? So I pulled the pin out of it because the servo is only going to travel a certain ways, right? I pulled the pin out of it, the little lock pin that keeps it from going all the way around, and I switched the outdrive 180. So hopefully it'll work. If it does, I'm putting that one in the DBXLE. So, yeah, you're right, Tim. Yep. Are the higher ratio Rich Vanquish gears noticeable different from stock? Higher ratio, I'm assuming you're actually being correct on the ratios, gearing and all that. The higher ratio ring and pinion to ring gear would actually make it slower. I don't have those, so I don't know, but I would have to assume it would help out a little bit. Well, anyway, Red Cat winning came out great as a crawler. Oh, yeah, Kilburn. The Wendigo is awesome, but man, they don't like to turn. Do not like to turn. CJ Creel, hey, buddy. It's a brand new TGH wheel. The face was literally razor edged. Yeah, that was way too thin. Bagpipe Killer. If you do go brushless, remember what system would you run? I would probably just get the kit from Primal. You know, as I understand it, it's a water-cooled system. It's basically got a boat ESC, though. A Max 6 boat ESC. So it does have some water cool, which is kind of a nice thing. And it's something I haven't done yet, so that will be interesting. I want to put underdrive gears in the front and rear on my capper to tame it down. That'll help it. Shade tree with the capper, one of the biggest things that I found there is you can shave the stock mount and get like a 10-tooth pinion gear on it. Or you can buy the Trio transmission case for that at the bull gear, the one between the pinion and the actual spur gear. You can drop that down, you can fit a 9-tooth in it, so you can gear it down pretty good like that. So plus with the underdrive, you could actually really gear that down quite a bit. Bluetooth through the speakers, this is better than a podcast. Oh, I hope so, buddy. I've never done a podcast. There from 1/5 crawler, 3.8 beadlocks for 40. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be RC 4-wheel drive, Craig. You know, Shade Tree, I let my grandson, he's 8, drive my Capra. And he actually done part of the outro for me. And even he said the Capra was too fast on the rocks with an 11 tooth. Go figure that one. Even he knows it. So that was kind of awesome to see there. Yep. All right. Seems no one is immune from busting the servos in the Raminator. It seems to get the torque and they break. Well, the Raminator is just such a huge vehicle. And those tires, man, they're 12 inches tall, about 7.5 inches wide. It takes a lot to turn them things. Even the 1000s, they don't like to turn it when it's sitting still. It's got to be rolling. So probably eventually like some 2000s. I think those get the job done a lot better. But you got to do some wiring and all that. Now also, I'm running the 1000s on 2S. So I believe they might be, aren't they good for higher voltage than that? But anyway, I had to check the specs on those. Johnny Crash, I actually messaged him and he responded back and I responded back. We did it a couple times, but now he's not responding back to me at all. I was actually trying to get a dual 2028 system, something to put 2 Castle XLX2s and 800 kVs on in the Raminator. That was actually something I was actually wanting to put on there, but he hasn't responded in a few weeks. So Not sure what happened with negotiations on that one. Fusion, want to get further. All my parts, 124 monster truck. I want one of those 124th monster trucks, but I just want to buy the thing. Just buy it and be done with it. You know, I just really want to just buy it and be done with it, in all honesty. CCXRC. I'm not sure what the right one is. Something that I did with CCXRC, I'm not sure. I think the power around and brushless kit looks kind of anemic to me. I don't know, dude. They stand up and do wheelies. We're going to see to match the size and weight of the ram. I don't know. Water cooling is kind of cool, though. Spin Rush RC. Yes, that is the Vanquish Phoenix. All season shredders. Hey, why not just put a Ford starter on it? I always had issues with my starters. The blue one, yep, Vanquish Phoenix. I got my killer chassis from my Mini 800 kV. Yes, dual 2028s would be pretty darn awesome. I mean, probably do like, could you ever do a standing backflip with a Raminator? I bet those drive shafts would fly off of that thing so fast. South Florida, I agree. If they just simply make one and be done with it, you know? Hey, Georgia Rock Zombies, what's up? Effect 5 by running the bigger bucket. Gotcha. ZTW 7120. That one I'm not so sure about. I know the other ZTW ESCs, they're kind of hit or miss whether they're any good or not at all. Oh, I do want to tell you guys, in Alabama, I forget the weekend of it, but they got the East Coast Scale Comps, Scale Championships, I believe it is. Me and Steady Spin are going to be out there. Kevin Grimes, Steady Spin, we're going to be out there. So I'm going to be trying to cover the event and have a little bit of fun at the same time. So should have a lot of fun with that. I'm also going out to Beat the Creek. So I've got that one as well. Now, considering I'm still working and have a job, that'll probably be the only two that I get to this year. But, you know, I do want to get out to more events. And hopefully next year I'll be able to. I'm hoping. So I need to find the dates for the Scale Comp and Scale Nationals. That's it right there. Georgia Rock Zombies. That's it right there. So I'm planning to get out there, cover the event, have a little bit of fun, and see how it goes. I've never been to one of those high-end events, so I've only done it on my own. I want to be great to see it at BTC. Thanks, man. It should be fun. I'm planning to get to BTC. I just want to get on the trails and have a good time. At the USTE, as awesome as it is, but covering all the events and everything, I don't really get to get out on the trails. So, and I want to get out on the trails. I want to get out and do some running. Hey, Joe, what is your favorite X-Max motor from Paintballs? That would be the Castle 1100 kV. I'm going to get a Savage and a nice engine for it. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with any HPI stuff. Oh, okay, the 7120 is awesome. Not like the terrible. Okay. I'll add that to my notes. ZT 7120. We'll look that one up as well. April 8th to the 10th. Okay, guys, April 8th to the 10th, I'll be at the East Coast Nationals. I got to get that right. I haven't been there ever. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely planning to meet all the guys. I'm definitely planning to meet all the big guys out there for sure. Josh is building the most insane class 1. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure I'll see it while I'm out there. 3S Navarossi 28 is great for Savage. Oh, why Joe? I'm not sure. Oh, you must be talking about the Savage. I had a Savage Flux years ago, and about every 3 runs I was putting in pinion bearings, and they're not exactly easy to work on. So, and mine was actually beefed up with like a Castle 2028 800 kV. It had LEM diff cases. It had the Alza center diff drive and everything in it. I mean, it was modified about as much as you can get. Had the 24 millimeter wheel hexes on it. So maybe it was kind of my own doing as far as messing it up like that. Thank you, Tim. Jay Kilburn. Yes, the Rebel Con. That is right there. I actually took that out. I did the 14 tooth. I did not have a 13 tooth pinion gear, but I put a 14 tooth on it with the Fusion 1800 kV. I need to get that put up. I think I've got that in my editor. That thing done great. I finally got the crawl I was after. Everything. So huge difference on that running the Fusion 1800. It really done good for that. I've also got a servo video, which I need to edit as well for that truck. So I've got that, and I think that's it. But now that I've got my crawl and my steering taken care of, now it's time to get into some tires, and I'll probably go to rebelrc.com and start ordering some of the brass and some of the parts and pieces like that to start their other modifications. In the first couple videos, I had to test that thing. I had to make sure that it was durable enough to really take the abuse, you know, and it really did. I was not easy on that thing the first couple videos. Was not easy at all on it, really. Kind of a bit more brutal than what I should have been, in all honesty. But now I've got it tamed down, and I think we're all set to go further with it. Yeah. Again, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Gas Savage is complete diff from gas convert. Now, mine wasn't gas converted. Mine was actually a flux. Put a creep body on it. I actually have a creep body, and somebody asked about. Oh yeah, they asked about the Dirty South, and I mentioned I had the links and all that. So yeah, and that will get a creep body because I have a creep body sitting in the closet. It's been there for 8 months or so. Been just waiting for a spot to use it. So yeah, it will be used. As far, you think the Rebel Con will be good for Beat the Creek? I don't want to get water all up into that transmission and then got to get in there and service all that stuff. I was thinking something more simple for a Beat the Creek rig. I mean, if I'm going to get in all that water, you know, I want to have something I can, you know, tear apart pretty quick and service. Probably change out all the bearings and all that stuff. I actually thought about taking the Sherp out there, but that's not a good climber. It's not a good down. It's just more for like swamplands, and it does great on that. Any insight to the new 10.3 Gladiator? Yeah, it's just like the 10.3, just a little bit longer. Got the same transmission, same axles. Oh, that's Steady Spin, by the way. He's actually joining me at the Scale Nationals. Yep, that guy right on there, Steady Spin. He was talking about doing something kind of crazy out there too. Something about having a pole mounted or something, but I'm not going to go into details on that. Anyway, got my feet up for the show. I just bought the 10.2 kit. 10.2 kit's awesome. Matt Harris, I do not have the 124 creep body yet. I do not. You bring your 10.2. See, I was thinking something like that, but my 10.2 is more or less set up for, you know, competition. That's what I built SV1 out of, and SV2 is not going on the trail because they're both set for 500 milliamp batteries. I got to get something that can really get out there. I don't really want to take my TRX4 either because that 2-speed transmission and everything. I want a single speed, something that I can just, you know, Simple, easy to tear apart when I get home, not take up too much time. Awesome, awesome. That's a melon. I've already done the melons. Top truck challenges are fun to watch. I've actually hosted a couple top truck challenges out at Barbarian Scaleplex before. And it was fun, but man, was it time consuming. Having one course, one vehicle at a time, very time consuming. There's a reason why we would actually limit the entries, you know, like the top 10 or something like that, because very time consuming on that. I have a sheet of 4K carbon. Is it thick enough to make a 1/5? Don't know, buddy. You'll have to do some work on that. 4mm thick. It might be if you brace it correctly. 3 10.2s and a 10.3 and a TRX4 Sport, and the water you go through if done right. Limited sand. All or nothing. Is it clean rocky water or is it muddy water? I have to assume it's up there, so maybe clean. You're looking at my X-Max up there, Andrew. Yeah, buddy. It is currently apart because I messed up the servo horn. So I've got a new one ordered. I went with a hot racing horn for that. In the last run I did with it, which is also up for members. Oh, man, I got a lot of videos in stock right now. But anyway, I actually had an issue with the steering towards the end. What was I testing on that? Oh, yeah. I tested that new spur gear, the Mod 1.5 that fits the Cush drive. It's pretty good. I like it. What's up, guys? Spencer? On stock or near stock Rift. The stock Rift is good, man. Just go out and drive it and have fun. It doesn't have to be all modified up to have fun with a Rift. You may need some rear lower links, rear lower arms. You may want some of those. Really? So it's just hub depth, hub height? Oh, that's not too bad. I was thinking about putting my X-Max tires on one of my crawlers. No. Oh, I'm bringing a bouncer. I actually did some work on my Rift today. I had a blown rear pinion bearing, so I got that taken care of. Now I'm just waiting on drive shafts because at the USTE, Charlie Marcotte was actually staying in our area, and he needed them. So I sold my drive shafts off my Rift. So, yeah, it needs drive shafts now. Yeah, I've used a lot in your bus. Your favorite motor ESC combo for a crawler tent scale. OBS Productions. It all really depends on what you're doing. If you want a crawler that can actually bounce and get up stuff, the Castle, like the Mamba X or the Copperhead, something like that would really get you going, and then your motor of choice. I believe they actually run fairly quiet with the Slate motors. It's probably just a Castle thing because they actually run pretty good. They typically hold the temperatures well and all that. If you want to just straight crawl and you're not worried about any wheel speed or anything, when Holmes gets the Crawlmaster Mini ESCs back in, get that and a revolver. You'll like that. Honest, it's all flowing water except a few trails. Parts will be muddy. Well, if that's the case, ooh, all or none RC. I actually went through Sean Lerman at Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. It's paid for. I'm just waiting for him to get it so I can go pick it up. I'm actually getting one of those TRX4 Trax trucks. The ones with the new big cleaty tracks. Yeah, I'm getting one. I had to. I did not want it before with the kind of lame, smooth tracks. No, but this thing, after seeing one walk through the mud at USTE like it wasn't even there, yeah, I got to get one. Plus, I've got some mods already lined up for it. Always, right? It says the other tubes, a beefy Ghana moose. Yep. Beautiful day in Southern California. Man, one day I'm going to get out there to those nice rocks you guys have. Caljator. All right, steady. That'll help with your balance. I need to check that out, don't I? Jay Kilburn, I do. I meant to check it out myself because you guys posted, or he posted in the Exocaged group, and I was like, oh man, I got to watch that, and I just got busy on everything else. 4th year now. Nice, nice. Just see Proline Swampers coming in for the. Really? We got some Proline Swampers for the SEX6. Now, those I'm interested in. I'm not really a Hyrax guy. Proline Swampers. That would look good on the SEX6. Kind of old school looking. Okay. Thank you, Discovery RC. I'll be checking those out for sure. Yeah, those are awesome. Hope they come with like a Predator compound. Probably not. Probably a G8 compound for that. But those, along with the 3BRCs, ooh boy. Gary's here. Got your green diff covers for the X-Max. Gary's the local guy. We all run together. The new cool snow rock. Yeah, man, it does great in the mud. And we had one here, which I was able to drive, and it done really good on the hills too. The tracks just really did good. Really did good. Looking for a screw set of different sizes. Justin, what I generally do is I go on Amazon and I just look up bolt assortments. They're really cheap. They get to you quick, and I just keep them on the shelves. I go through them all the time. Now, if you really, really want to get a set, go through Team K&K. They've got 700 bolt kits, which I've actually got up there. I've got that on the bin, which I'll be using some of that when I get into the more on the Dirty South chassis. So, yeah, I get more into that. I'll be using bolts from there on that. They're at USTE, so yeah, I gotta buy stuff from there. Swappers are coming. I can't wait to get the swappers. CK Hobby Shop. Hey, man. Yeah, buddy. Have you used the Hobby Star motors? I think I may have used them years ago. I haven't used them lately, though. Have you tried the Trilugs yet? I don't even know what a Trilug is. Bagpipe killer. Yeah, RC Daily, I agree. I mean, I don't have any Hyrax here other than what's on the UDR and what's on the Mojave because it uses the UDR tires. I would love to see like a set of boggers to fit those wheels. That would be awesome. I mean, granted, we have the paddle tires, so we got those. All right, Raylene, New Zealand. Hey, buddy. Mir's back. I've heard about the Team K&K. Yeah, I mean, they got everything. Just go to their website. You can look up anything you want, man. They got bolts for everything. They got bolt kits, bolt sets, stainless, and I believe they have a higher quality stainless than some of the stuff you get off of Amazon, like I buy sometimes. Yeah, you can cut some of your screws down with a Dremel. I've done it. Be gentle, though, so you don't end up with a burr. Then you take a file or take the disc, just kind of work around it a little bit. That way you can take that off so the nut goes on. If there's a burr on it, when you go to tighten it with a nylock nut, it'll chew the nylock right out. And then you just end up with a regular nut. I just want a Red Cat Gen 7 Sport in a raffle. It came with portal axle upgrades. I needed some old videos on it. Portal axles. Yeah, I had to run a 5700 kV motor in that on 3S to make mine go fast. Old videos. If you look at that where I did the conversion when Red Cat first came out with them. So, yeah, I did that one. And it'll crawl like a dream with the portal and the gear reduction and all that. But if you want to go fast, you're going to have to get some motor in that thing. Either the monster or mega bags. Yeah, I think I've got the mega 700 up there. I think that's what I got. For Predator chassis for my Gen 8 axe. You got the older version Predator chassis. When I put that together, it was a little bit odd to put it together, but it works. I like the Dirty South a lot better. Oh, I did get these in. Black SCX 6 wheels. A nice, shiny black set. What I like is how he's using the scale hardware on these things now. So that's pretty good. I don't know why I just happen to have it sitting right here. But anyway. Mirror depth. Thank you, buddy. I just changed it 30 best. Check out the Sweep Trilugs 1.0. Sweep Trilugs 1.0. All right, added to my list. Let me see here. Looking to upgrade my Vatera Ascender. Where do you think I should start? Well, they only have a 2-to-1 ratio, a little bit under that in the axle, so you kind of got to be careful with that. Oh, 1.9 bagpipe, okay. I like mine better as a class 1 with a 4.19 tires. In all honesty, everything survived. But really just a nice, decent, mild system, and that truck should run well. Smash that like button. Yeah, man. Put a junk nut on the bolt you're not wanting to cut and back it off. That will do it, RC Daily. However, I have found if there's a burr, it'll just bend the burr down. And then if you don't watch it, you'll get that burr in your finger. So to me, it's worth it to take a few extra seconds and just work the wheel around it. Let me see here. Basically, take that bolt, bang, right there, and just kind of work it a little bit like this to take that burr off. And by the way, if your Dremel is on, you don't want to have it like this. Look at the line of sight. Yeah, you don't want that. So you want to kind of hold it off to the side a little bit. Wear glasses, wear safety protection, all that stuff. But that's what I generally do when I got to cut a bolt. All right, you got the bulkheads. Thank you. Whistling Lipo. Heck yeah. Good luck with the tracks. I hope so, because I've got a 2-speed TRX4 transmission around here somewhere. Probably going to put that in there. And it's going to get brushless. Not sure what it's going to get yet, but it's going to... I've got Castle Motors. I think I've got a 3800 in the bin. So, and I do have a Copperhead now, so might be the perfect spot for it. Copperhead, and I think I've got a 3800 in there. I think I've got a 2280 as well, but the 38 will make that thing move. How is there only 2 watching? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm seeing 90 watching. All or nothing. Oh, unless something crazy just happened. 92, 89. Is there a certain kind of dirt that works best for making jumps? Yeah, whatever dirt actually holds. Out here, my dirt gets chewed out so fast. So fast. In this video that I've got edited up of the open park, man, we had 5 Mojaves on the track at one time. It was wild, but it was awesome. Mojaves and the Typhons just dominate out here. So many of these guys, and they run great too. Do you have any 110 bashes with open diffs and independent suspension? Yes, I sure do. I have a Traxxas Max. I also have a Techno CR 410. That might be it. Let me see. Y'all want to post it All right, Sean, you're here. Your ISDT 70 is the dud. There are some pre-admission versions. I like the reviews. Man, I got 2 of them. And granted, I had to get them to connect with the Bluetooth. Once I did that, they both run fine. I mean, I think the 1080 might be a more stable ESC, but it actually works pretty darn good in both of mine. Well, actually, I have one that's out right now in the bin for a future video. I'm here, big guy. Yeah. Sean, you calling me fat? I'm going to go have another slice of pizza with extra cheese. That way I can pick up my truck. Awesome. Glad you got them, buddy. Yeah, Amazon, they can do that, man. Just drop them off at one of the local return places, and they'll pretty much take it back from you, for you. You actually read and answer chat back. Thanks. Well, thank you, B. Cochner. Hopefully I got your name right. Yeah, I want to do like work, mounting these and stuff like that. But if I'm doing that, then I'm just going to be, looking at whatever, and you guys can see my bald spot. But this way, at least I get to interact with you guys more. Even though it does look like I'm looking away because I've got the comments underneath. So in case you guys missed it, I am going to Beat the Creek, and I'm going to the Skill Nats in Alabama. Beat the Creek is in Kentucky. So I got 2 big trips lined up for this year. Hopefully I can get more big trips lined up next year. Big plans next year. But then again, we always have big plans for next year. Then next year comes up and those big plans turn into little plans. Yeah. What's your take on doing the epoxy center diffs? Talking about putting epoxy inside the diffs and locking them up? In all honesty, Steve, I think it'll make it a lot harder to turn. I think it'll be more erratic on the road and all that, but I've never actually put epoxy in the center of one. I mean, I'm assuming it would work. I've done JB Weld before in the past on different vehicles, but not the 2-part epoxy, if that's what you're talking about. Low Blue Ranger, is there a website that sells Vidavon other than eBay? Well, there are a few sellers here in the States. I'm one. I'm a Vidavon dealer. If I have what you need, we take care of it. It goes out the very next day. So, Low Blue Ranger, in the top is my email address. Send me an email. Let me know what you need. Maybe I can get you hooked up. Let me see. Speaking of that. All right. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. All right. Good to go. Yep. That's the email you'll need to send to. Have you tested this Traxxas Sledgehammer X-Max tires, Matt? I have not. I have not tested those as of yet. I've got them on the Little Max, and I like them. They have enough expansion. They even took 6S really well. So, actually, no. I ran the belted Power Hobbies on that with 6S, didn't I? But so far, they're running pretty good on 4S. I can tell you that. Bringing Eddie Vidavon to sell at Beat the Creek? Yes. What would you guys like to see at Beat the Creek? I've got some 10.3 housings in there, the straight and the portal. I've got a set of TRX 6 axle housings. They are the aluminum with the shiny brass. Actually, here's one of the fronts right here. I've got those. I'm going to try to bring some 1.9s, try to bring some 2.2s, maybe some of these crush locks, some 2.6s. I mean, I still have a little bit of time to get stocked up for that event, so kind of need to know what would be good at Beat the Creek so I can start getting my stuff ready to go for that. USTE, all right, just in the transmission. Sorry, Steve. What did I miss? What's your take? Okay. Oh, just in the transmission? Still, I would probably do earplugs with a little bit of oil in the center transmission rather than locking it up, in all honesty. You really want that thing to give a little bit. You got to have some give in there. There's no clutch or anything, so you got to be able to. It's got to be able to give a little bit. If not, you're just going to cause yourself some issues. Well, there you go, John. 50 minutes. You got to make it like 12 hours for me. And I'm leaving Saturday to be up there at about well, let me see, be about 9. So I'll be leaving Friday to get there, and then I'll be coming back home Saturday. No. I actually have some family in Atlanta, so I'm gonna stop in there, spend the day Friday with the family, and then when I get done with that, Saturday morning I am heading up to Beat the Creek. Thoughts on Best Lipos 4S? Yes, I've actually got some really good ones, man. I am really liking the CNHL brand batteries. And as far as like the 56 and 6600s, they're the same physical size as the 8000s. So heck, I'd go ahead and get the 8000s. Really good batteries. From the reviews I've seen other people post on Facebook, they like them as well. They test out well and all that. So, as far as the clear, I've got them with Rich. I've got them with the black diff covers, I believe it is. So they are silver with the black diff covers. Let me check on that. I've got the portals and the straights. I believe they both got the same black diff covers on them. Find that. Well, I also got a laser nut rear bulkhead in too. I guess I got to go check that one. But I'll get you a price on that. You can send me an email at exocageRC@yahoo.com so I can get you a price on those that way. Bring those 10.3s with the bearings. Okay. I just got an X-Max. What's the first mod I should do? Jamie Miro. The first mod you should do is drive it and enjoy it. That's the first thing you should do. Go drive that thing and upgrade it as you need to. Lots of Vitavon, lots of Trio, lots of all kinds of brands of parts out there. And a lot of them are really good parts too. So the first thing, just go drive it. Because if you start throwing a big motor at it, you got to have, let's just say, $400 for a motor ESC combo. We're talking like a hobby wing with a pinion gear. Then you got about $100 for a motor mount. So now you're looking at $500 at least to put on a $1,000 truck. So it's all up to you. I mean, if your budget, if you got it, every time you modify that thing, especially when you go with a big motor, it just brings a smile on your face every time you punch it. It's just awesome. You punch that thing because the stock motor is good. It's adequate. But man, you put a big motor in that big old fifth scale motor. Yeah. It changes everything. Eric C. Yep. Got me a Raminator. Body's still hanging out back there. 5 hours for me. Okay, so you're about there. About the same. Because when I stay in Atlanta, it's another 6 hours to get there. Did you get the orange beadlocks in? I do not have any orange beadlocks at all. None of that stuff came in, man. 4 hours straight on 6,200 milliamp. Wow, it must be crawling. I have a completely stock X-Max and a hot monitor because what do you All right, Dylan, why do you like the stock one much better? Is it more mild handling, easy to drive? I'm curious about that because both of mine are modified. Now, my orange X-Max has the Hobbywing 1100 kV in it with a 2646 gearing, I believe it is. And it runs good, nice and smooth. Now, the one up there with that messed up the servo, that's got the 1100 kV Castle. And that thing is wild. Really wild. Waiting on a servo horn for that. Oh, man. Now, the Yeti Rock Racers, man, with that IFS front end, they can absorb the bumps a little bit quicker with that front end and keep going, you know. So And then when you take the riffs, they're awesome, super awesome. But you got the mass of that front end. When that hits a rock, it just carries everything up and over. So yeah, that Yeti might actually do really good. You never know. Let me see. The punch of the modifier. It seems like I have issue with the motor staying in place and pinions always popping off when setting it high. Yeah, I've had that issue before, but when it comes to pinion gears, I know the trick to make them stay. All you got to do is add a little bit of thread lock, just a medium, to the motor shaft. Put your pinion gear on, and then take the set screw, dip it in your thread lock, get a good bit on there, and then set it in place. When you do that, when you try to remove that pinion gear, you're going to have to take 2 screwdrivers and pop that thing off. That will lock the pinion gear on. So that's just kind of a trick that I know about bead locking, thread locking pinion gears on shafts. This is a fun stock motor I did 2446. Yeah, the stock motor is actually good on the little Max. Mine isn't stock though. And I got the same 4624 2446 on mine as well. We're breaking ground on our project track now that the snow is gone. Did you have a bunch of dirt hauled in? As far as my track back here, the Exoplex, there's a total of about 30 loads of dirt brought in. And you walk back there, you'd never guess it. You'll never guess that about 30 loads were brought in, ever. Just because it's all laid out, and you'd never guess it. 30 loads of dirt is out there. Martin Korf, thank you, buddy. My X-Max has a Max 5 and stock 8S motor with 2050, and I like it. Pulls up the front tires all the time. Very good truck. Next thing is putting a Demon 50 kg servo with JC caboose. Yeah, I got to put a servo in my orange one. And I actually have the little servo adapter. I'm just not sure what I'm going to put in it yet. I've got the UDR servo horn, I believe is what's supposed to go in it to make everything work with a normal size horn. So, Matt Harris. You saw that. You saw that triple backflip. I did not plan on that. I just hit it and never let up on the trigger. And it barely made it around. Now, at that time, it was geared 2430 as far as the gearing on it. Now, it is geared 2435. So, it probably won't have the juice to get another triple like that. But yeah, that was pretty darn awesome. I wasn't expecting it to get it. I just held it all the way to see what would happen. You know how that goes, right? But if the jump is big enough, I can get it. Well, 36-ton loads isn't much. Some of that back there is up about 2 foot. Some of that is about 2 foot. I actually need probably another 20 to 25 loads. And if I can get that, if I can get another 20 to 25 loads, what I can do is I'm going to move the entire track. I'll just scoop that up and move the entire track, a whole new layout on the back side. But if I do that right now, and I have 2 piles that I can spread out, but it won't go very far. But the problem I have now is a washout, because all my land just kind of slopes, you know, and goes to the back. So I got to have that built up. So I'm kind of hoping to get another deal on some dirt, hopefully here in a few months. I bought a 6S X Max for $600. Exo 8S factory system in it, 2-piece drive shaft. Took you a year to finally break the rear diff in the 6S? Man, those things were like made of paper. Those things were not very strong at all. You must have been driving real easy, all or nothing. Yeah. Yeah, that right side is still pretty low. I haven't built up the right side. All I'm doing is the left side right now. So it's going to take a bunch to get the right side. what I've gotten to do is take the backhoe and kind of dig a trench and get some more of that big pipe and put in there. That way I can dirt over top of that, because there's a pretty good bit of property on the other side, but water has to go somewhere. So I've got to keep that drainage in mind. So I've got to be able to do that. Thank you, Chon. I really appreciate it. Oh, no, not me driving. Drink break. Took you about 20 minutes. Okay, that's about right. Yeah, I was driving mine when I first got my 6S years ago. Traxxas actually had the 8S Power Up kit available, if you guys remember that. And it came with basically everything that to make it the 8S version, which was the newest version at the time. So yeah, it was a big difference going from that. I believe I already had a Max 6 in it, so I sold off the ESC. Oh, man. So for all the new guys that are watching right now that weren't on when I was earlier, I was chatting about it earlier. I am going to Skill Nats in Alabama, April 8th through the 10th, I believe it is. And I'm also going to Beat the Creek in May. I have these dates. I just got to figure them out and write them all down and memorize them. I went to backflip it off of our kids. Wait, off of your kilns. Okay. I'd rather see a backflip it off of a kiln than a kid. Yeah. I'll leave that one there. But anyways, oh man. Always busy here. Water flows downhill. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Justin. And when my property got cleared, I never realized how much water I got. I had to dig a ditch and divert a lot of it coming across the other way, just to bring it down to keep it from coming across. I was getting millions of gallons. And what was bad was about 2 weeks after we actually cleared it, we got into like 2 weeks of rain, just nonstop torrential rain. I had washouts, like just crazy washouts. I had no idea I had so much water coming over back when it was woods, and all that. I had no idea I had so much water coming over, so I had to divert that. Hopefully my ditches will hold and work when the rainy season starts again. This is Florida, so it's kind of all rainy season, but yeah, when it gets to that point in summertime where every evening is a thunderstorm, yeah, not only is it hard to work around those to make a video, it also washes everything out. I'm kind of hoping I get some grass back there. I'd be fine with that. Backflip off him in 98, yeah. Can we get a sneak peek at the Corley with the Fling Kings? Yeah, you sure can. It's like driving a square. All right, let's see here. Just in case you guys. Yep. All right, let's see here. So, look at that. They definitely widen it out. But they hook up really good. They took the speed. They really handled well. And so far, this truck has taken everything that I've given it. I mean, it's done great. Really, it has. I've not been easy on it either. So you open it up, you never know. Yep. All right. Yeah, South Florida. They're offset. They're supposed to be for the Max, which I've got up here, which is actually converted to V2 now. I got all of that stuff set up, and that video is up for members as well. Yeah, burpee. Perforated pipe delay. It's cheaper anyway. That stuff all there, your low spots. Well, what I've got a lot of water, so, and I've got some pipe there. I got a buddy that works in construction, and I just need to get with him and see if I could go pick up some large pipe, like 12, 14-inch pipe. And if I get that put down there, then, you know, it'll be pretty easy just to put dirt over it when I'm get to the point that I can get to the dirt. Because I could probably go another 20 feet or so over the dirt. I can't block the water drain off. So right now it's kind of what I call the wasteland. When you guys see me on the back side of the dirt hills, well, that's the wasteland. Yeah, those tires are awesome. They hook up great too. And they have 6S armor ring and pinion. Yes, Vidavon has those now. He is working on those. He's also working on the diff gears as well. So what I'm probably going to do, Shane mentioned this, I'm probably going to try to get some of those sent to me, hopefully next week. So I should have some of those in stock. So if I got a bunch of those in stock, that'll be awesome. What I'm going to do is on both my Mojave and the Fire Team, I'm going to do his ring and pinions, his diff cups, and internals. Just do the whole thing once and for all. Now, the Fire Team, the diffs are holding up really good. I mean, really good. So I'm kind of afraid to open them up. But when I do open them up, I'm doing the bulkheads, ring gear, diff cup, diff gears, everything. That way, hopefully, well, heck, about the only thing that could break on that would be the outdrives. And I've done that a few times on the Arma, on the Mojave. I've broken the outdrive pin and all that. So that would then be the weak link. Either way, you got to tear it all the way apart anyway to get to the darn things. It slammed the blue pipe and lid. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I like the Kronos. What do you think will win, Axial Capra or Element Ecto? Depends on the gate width. If the Capra is set up correctly, as in pulled down at least a little bit, I think the Capra will outcrawl the Ecto. But if you're in a competition and you got tight gates, that Ecto I think will take out the Capra because it's so wide. But anyway, both good vehicles. Okay, to the farmers. I don't know any local farmers around here. Looking for USA Connect. Mike Hackwist. I'm not sure what you're trying to connect to, buddy. 12 or 14 pipe. Don't have the holes. The holes are get water into the pipe from the ground. As in you just put the pipes under the dirt and then the water drains into the pipes and goes out, like filters through the dirt. Is the V2 Max that much better than V1? I'm thinking about one. The V1 is better for backflips and wheelies and all that kind of stuff. The V2 will still get all of that, but it does have to stay planted a little bit better. At least mine does. Typhoon. Check the diffs yet. Yeah, my Typhoon's been doing fine yet. I have not had an issue to, I have not even began to open those up either. What weight fluid? I'm probably going to do maybe some 100K in the diffs. I don't see a need to really thicken up the diffs very much. Just put something in there so they can lube up a little bit. That'll be about it. Guy, yep. I like mine. Shane, I broke the internals all the time. Using the pin and planetary would I jack the rear end up on the Creighton and it stopped snapping pins from the chassis slab. You're talking about maybe the 8S, Shane? Because if you notice when you bend the rear axles on like an 8S Creighton or something, it's always bent in line with the pins. I think the pins are bottoming out in there. And then you break the pins off, especially when you jump, because it bottoms out so hard on the launches. Plus, you're putting power to it. I think that's what a lot of the issue is. Oh, Mike. You see the Exocaged rc@yahoo.com? Send me an email. If I have what you need in Vidavon, we can get the deal done and send it out next day. So look at the top of the pinned post and send me an email with what you're after, and maybe I'll have what you need. You never know. Oh, Scott's here. Yeah, I need to work on my SCX6 too. I've got that servo winch mount from DSM Off-Road that I need to try out. Need to see if I can get that winch on there. Yes, Chris, right after this, I'll do a live for the members. So, and that's when we'll take care of that. So I'm assuming 9 o'clock, 9:30-ish, somewhere around there. Just guessing around that time frame. So you say you have some parts. You got to email me, buddy. You got to email me. I don't have a website. I was going to get a website, but when it comes to shipping costs and all that stuff, it's just got to be, well, it looked like there was no win. It was all a loss when it comes to shipping because of the way it kind of covers everything. So I'm just doing it all by email. You can email me at that website. Let me know what you need, and maybe I'll have it for you. Don't put burr in the ground without mirror fabric. Yeah. I'm just simply going to go with a drainage pipe. I'm just simply going to go a drainage pipe and cover it with dirt. No, my 6S. Okay. So the 6S is having the same problems as the 8S? Matt Harris, has my wife seen my Raminator yet? Absolutely, she has. Do you want to know what she said? She goes, oh my God, it's so big. I'm like, yep. She didn't ask me how much it costs either, so that was cool. Won't get water in it. Well, my pipe will be in the ground, but it'll have a channel to it. So I'm going to channel the water to the open end of the pipe, and then it can run underneath the dirt up top where I'm actually driving RCs and stuff. Don't forget the fabric. Yeah, Shane, I do. Oh, got an itch. Got an itch. Out of my Red X Max, by the way, my center drive shaft. Makes a great back scratcher. Yes, South Florida, that's exactly what she said. Exactly. Yes, Mr. 1998. I've been waiting for years. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is supposed to be about RC, guys. She was talking about my big Raminator. Yeah. But yeah, luckily she didn't ask me about the price. She actually doesn't ask me about prices on anything anymore, really, which is pretty darn awesome. Reed, quick question. How is all your Vidavon pieces holding up? I'm going to be on the full set. Man, I don't know that I've broken any Vidavon parts or pieces on anything, in all honesty. Which vehicle are you picking up all the parts for? Chainsaw, where's the Salmonator? It is actually in the living room. I got to work on the carburetor with it. Got to do a little bit of work on it. Ah, Picra, you made it. Outcast EXB8S. Ooh. For the EXB8S. Okay. Now, for the 8S, I actually have the knuckles and hubs from Vidavon in stock. I don't have any of the bulkheads or any of that stuff though. I've just got that knuckles and hubs, steering hubs. Is the wrap on it like a giant sticker? Yes. What he did was he did the wrap in pieces and he stitched them together basically to make that. I don't believe he actually has a mold or a pattern for that particular truck though. But he can work on stuff for you if you want. Laminated. Yes, I said it. Have you looked at ZD Racing? ZD Racing used to be good, but I haven't messed with them. There was one guy years ago that he loved those things, but he was the only guy running them. You couldn't get parts for them local or any of that stuff. So if I can't find parts fairly quick, then I generally don't buy that brand. 4 and 8 lane roads for a living. Holy moly, Chon. I could not imagine being out on the road in the middle of the summertime. I want to tankify my Outcast 8S. Well, send me an email, exocagedrc@yahoo.com. Let me know everything you want to get, which I believe you said everything. So I can get with Arthur and see if I can get that figured out for you if you want to go through me. Arthur is Vidavon, by the way. You're telling me be in that dirt life. Man, I could not imagine being on the road during summertime. In the wintertime here in Florida, you get maybe a week or two at the most that you really got to put on a jacket. Probably the cheapest upgrade is the hinge pin holders, RPM rails with bigger bearings. Honest, the Pirate 3 is wicked. Banggood sells all the pieces. The Pirate 3. I've never seen the Pirate 3. Well, John, I'll probably be driving down one of your roads. Oh, man, speaking of that, in Kentucky, I took a trip. This was many years ago. I had Super Duty with the Legend, which was a big extended cab Ford Ranger on an F-150 frame on 46-inch claws at that time, along with a buggy on my big gooseneck trailer. And, dude, we was going up to Jellicoe. And we stopped in that little place off of, I forget the name of the road or anything like that. But, man, there was a road. That grade was insane. And then I'm trying to go. I got my speed at the bottom of it, try to get on up that thing. Got stuck behind a semi. I am in second gear behind the semi. Can't do a pass. Basically holding it to the floor, and it's barely holding the second gear, pulling the trailer and all that stuff up. That was a heck of a grade. I mean, just that thing was working so hard to pull that load up there. Man, if that rear end would have blew up on that thing, I'd have been in trouble. Interstate 95, yes. I went up 75 up and over to get to Jellicoe. That was like a big quarry. I think it is like a coal quarry or something like that. So if you're talking about Jellicoe, yeah, it was a big old rock quarry, I believe it was at that point, and we all had permission to go out there. They had some trails and stuff on there. Yes, Chainsaw, I was driving a Ford, old 7.3 with a tuner. That thing was doing awesome. It was working its butt off getting that trailer up there. I was probably like 24,000 pounds, and the truck at that time was only rated to 20,000. That 7.3 was working. Scott, am I bringing the SCX6 to beat the creek? Yes, and I'm also bringing the Raminator. That must have been it, coming out of Tennessee to Middlesboro. Yeah, man, that was a steep climb, man. That was a steep, steep climb. I got stuck behind that semi and lost all my momentum, and then just had to pull the entire hill with that thing. Yeah. a rough 12-hour drive, let me tell you. Put a Reese 555 and an X-Max. That's strong, but I mean, it's kind of slow, but it got to be about the same speed as a stock X-Max servo. Yeah, Scott, I'll be there, buddy. SEX6, Raminator. Heck, I don't know what else I'll bring. Does Vidivon make anything for the armament and fraction? I believe almost all the 6S stuff does it, fits it, like the bulkheads. I'm not sure about the outdrive or the knuckles and hubs, but maybe. So, but yeah, I believe all the 6S stuff from Vidivon goes right on the armament and fraction. Let's see here. Good, that one's charged up. Oh, man. Yeah, now the servo saver, that's going to take a lot out of, I mean, the thing about most of your X-Maxes is the servo saver is really the limiting factor to your servo. You put a 1,000-ounce servo in that thing, you're not going to get all that to the tires. The saver is just going to give it up. Vidivon does not have any AR60 axles that I know of. That Cheetah is the fastest stock RCS. I'll take 6S for the buggy. Oh, okay. I have not seen the Cheetah. I'm assuming it's like a Arma Typhon. Where is this creek drive? Not sure where the creek drive is. Paul Loftus, hey buddy. Yeah, he's a local guy too. The Cheetah. This is, what brand is the Cheetah? Does Vidivon or any other manufacturer make stronger front axle for the DBX? Not that I know of. I actually have not broken my stock front axles on my DBX 2.0. I've broken 2 of them in the last 2 weeks. Huh, wow. Are the pins coming out? I did notice some pins could come loose inside. There's a set screw on them. If the pin comes out, they will break. Beat the Creek in Maysville, Kentucky. JLB Cheetah. Heard anything about the steel Raminator tranny shifts? Why is that blocked? Okay, there we go. No, I have not seen anything about the Raminator tranny shift kits or anything like that. So that's a smaller crate in 6S. So it's like a little 1/10 truck. 1/10 on 6S, that gets wild quick. I mean, what 1/10 motor will be around the same size as a 380? I don't think any 1/10 motors are the same size as a 380. One twisted in half, the other lost or sheared the pin. Man, I have not had that happen, Steve. I mean, mine are. I mean, my DBXLE is strong and heavy. Got a lot of heavy on it. When is the next open park day? Paul, if weather allows it, and I'm not sure it will, we're going to open it up again on Sunday. Did you see the post on First Coast RC where I posted the picture? I extended the driver stand out. I got that done today before the rain came in. It's a Banggood special. Flat metal chassis and a tough RC. So I've seen a few reviews of it. JLB Cheetah. I'll add that to my notes to check it out. JLB Cheetah. ATA. Okay, whatever it is. JLB Cheats. My phone changed it. Same as the ZD, the Cheetah. Okay, so they're the same thing. Okay. Can't wait to get on it. Now, one thing for sure, Paul, if we do get to open this thing up, it won't be dusty. But you're probably using the water hose to rinse your vehicle off, the air hose, and bring some WD-40, all of that wonderfulness. You'll be, because it'll get rough. And I'll try to get out there with a tractor and face all the jumps again, so at least we start everything good, right? Pick up some more dirt, build up the jumps a little bit as well. The one on the backside, the second one as you come around, it's kind of starting to drop down a little bit, so I'll beef that one up. Hopefully I can get to that. Oh, I don't want something that's going to break every run. I don't want something going to break like that. Yeah, man. All right. To check those emails as soon as I get off of here. But then I got to do another live for the members. All or none. I can get some clay, but clay is a complete disaster when that stuff is wet. When it's dry, it's absolutely awesome. But man, when that stuff gets saturated, it's rough. It's really rough. So it's more like a 110 truggy, I'm assuming here. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon real quick. Have a good night. All right, guy. Catch you later, buddy. JLB Cheetah RC car. The member only live will be right after this. So probably going to wrap this up right at 9 o'clock. It doesn't look like it's going to be crazy hot unless it's right there at the very end. So probably wrap this up at 9 o'clock and give me about 5 minutes and I'll go back up for channel members. I see legendary remote control cars. JLB Racing Cheetah right here. It reminds me of kind of like an E-Revo, but the suspension is more upright. It's not the cantilever. Can't mess with the Traxxas on that. $400. I don't know. Is it worth $400? If it's going to break all the time and I can't buy parts for it, if it's not very popular enough that, you know, parts are available locally, which I seriously doubt that. So, I mean, heck, I'd probably rather get a Red Cat Landslide XTE. At least I know I can get parts for that, and it's $330 versus $400. And I get the Arma Creighton, but that's $600 now. Now, looking at all this stuff, why am I got? Did things get foggy? Everything's okay here. We'll complete. I want to watch Kevin type of videos on it. Yeah, I don't know what. Looks like it got foggy a little bit. But anyway, one thing I do want to get though, and I don't know why I want to get it, but I want to get a Red Cat shredder for some reason. I'm not sure why it's foggy. Nothing's foggy in here. I don't know what the deal is. Nothing's on fire. All is good. I don't break a lot of reports. I don't know. JLB and return it in less than a week. Man, something landed on the camera lens. It's possible. Looks like it's getting better though. I'm not sure what exactly happened on that. Ooh. All right. No, it's getting better. I'll go with that. We'll leave it at that. I'm not sure why it went foggy though. Does Vidavon make diff housings for the Typhon, and if so, will they work on TLR Typhon? I believe the 6S TLR Typhon uses the same diff housings and all that. I believe so. Looks like a lamp of fire. There is no fire anywhere. Still smells like normal table stuff. Let me try it. All right, guys. Let's see if this works. I don't know. I'll go with it. Raminator running rich. Yeah, but I'd rather run a little bit rich than lean and burn it up. I mean, soon I'll have it electric, but I'd rather not be forced to buy electric versus, just being able to buy it like when I want to. Going underwater was the first video. Man, those Gen 7s, we got those things. They were fresh out of the box. I mean, fresh out of the box. First battery, and we just drove like we didn't care. Because we just went for it. We just had fun. One different pairs, different problems. The Goins family. Thanks, Chris. Think everything's fine. How are you? Ronnie Creason just built a Tamiya Dynahead. Is that like the smaller version of a Clodbuster? Now, if shock tower is bending, and you can take them off and hammer them back out. G-Made Buffalo RTR. I've not seen the G-Made Buffalo RTR yet. Right now, I'm still waiting for the. I'm still waiting for my TRX4 tracks. Yeah, Gen 7 chainsaw. Do you have to use a 6-channel receiver with the GT5? Yeah, I mean, it comes with a 6-channel receiver, so you might as well use it. I mean, you don't have to use all 6 channels, but, I mean, it's there. Okay, so first version of Cheetah is better. I've seen that on a few different things, especially with like servos. The Turnigy 959. Keep an eye on tracks. What did they just trademark? I do know a little bit of something about something that I don't need to say. When was the last time you combed your hair? Just a couple seconds ago. When is the last time you... crawler foam substitute. Some people like those hair buns. If you want to try those. No 6x6. King Yellow reduction. Okay, that's odd. I've never had that one. Someone said steel BBs. Hey, admin, can I share a link? Sure, go ahead. One name sounds like a boat name. What name? I'm curious. What are the names of these new trademark names from Traxxas? I want to truckify my TLR Typhon. Haven't seen anyone do that. It'll be more like a short wheelbase stunt truck, kind of like the I forget the other short wheelbase one. Can't think of the name of it, but it would just be good for like backflips and stuff. T-bars. That sounds like a tire. I heard Traxxas is about to do a total new line of RCs. Man, I don't have enough money to buy all of those. I don't need a whole new line of RCs. If they space it out like once every 2 months, I might be okay to keep on track with them. But, man, if they dump them all out at once, because I'm expecting a Traxxas X-Max V3 wide kit, all that wonderful stuff. I'm expecting that, but I don't need that. Okay, I guess actually wasn't a link. Josh said he thinks one of the names is for a tire. Well, when you're looking at T, whatever it was, uh, T, whatever it was, I gotta find that again. That does kind of, yeah, T bars. That does kind of sound like a tire. Internal spring crawler. Yeah, yeah. There's a few guys that do those. X-Max 10S. I would like to see an X-Max V3 come out with a full 5th scale system in it. At least put the Hobby Wing setup in it, right? A legit Max 6 with 1100 kV. Just do it and be done with it. Oh man, I got TRX4, I got the Sportish, I got the 2021 Bronco. I've got built a bunch of them. And I have the new track soon. I want all the crawlers they make. Well, do you have any equity in your home? Cost a lot. I turned a brand new 607 into an EXB with all the upgrades at about $500 more. Also, $1,000+ vehicle. Most of mine are $1,000+. For 6S shredder. I don't know, but I kind of like the proportions of the shredder. In all honesty, I kind of do. I'm gonna change the platforms from the 3 standard ones they've been using. You can use a 3-channel receiver with GT5 if you can find one that'll bind to it. But I mean, the 6-channel receivers are only about $22 to $25. I mean, they're not expensive receivers, really. 12 TRX4. Wow, 12 TRX4s and 1 TRX6. Wow, why? Ultra 4 Traxxas. I like to see something compete with the Rift from Traxxas. Man, I'd be throwing my credit cards at that so fast. And I'd probably still be a month late getting the darn things. I'm always late on getting these things. I almost never, ever even have an opportunity to get things early. Parts and pieces sometimes, but never a whole vehicle. The other Traxxas name was Victory. Victory and T-Bar. Let me add those to my list here. Victory and T-Bar. All right. Added that to my list. It sounds like a boat. Victory sounds like a boat. It kind of does with the V-hull and all that. So, yeah. Dylan, I do like the Rift. Even stock Rifts are a lot of fun. You just modify them as they break. Usually the rear lower arms are the first thing to go. A 5th or 6th scale TRX4. I would love to see something compete with the SCX6. Golly, it'd be another $1,000 going like that. A big TRX. What would you call that? TRX 4.6 or something like that? With big portal selectable diffs. Man, that would be awesome. I want one next. Broncos are getting Russell. Wilsons are finally going to win. Ooh, I got something in the last 12 minutes. Do you guys, TRX4XL, boom, Shiki, I think you got it right there. Does anybody follow Half-Thor Bjornsson and Kevin Hall? Scott Hall. Hall? I can't think of his first name now, but Thor and Hall, their boxing match. Do you guys ever follow any of that? I can't wait to see that. What the heck is Hall's first name? I always forget his first name. I remember his last name, though. FSC2 also bind with that controller and find it says they have to. Yeah, I haven't found anything else that binds to the GT5. 3-speed trans on the 4.6. I don't know. Yeah, the Eddie Hall. Why can I not remember the name Eddie on that? Yes. I can't wait to see that video. I've been watching quite a few videos. People are live streaming on TikTok, some of these pay-per-views and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to find it on that. That would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious about all the different receivers that bind to GT5. I haven't really had a need to bind other receivers to it, though. This other receivers are kind of cheap. TRX5. That could work. TRX5, that could work. I haven't watched any in a while, but sometimes I'll catch it on TikTok and I'll sit back and watch. Does Vidavon make parts for the Haas? Not that I know of, Jamie Foxx. Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while, and Ronnie, I'm going to show this, but oh, another moderator. Just see that. Yeah, Ronnie, I don't think so. I do not think Thor has the speed to get anything on Eddie. I just don't think he's got the speed to get him. You watch Eddie, and he's just so explosive. I mean, he's so explosive. I'll be surprised if they make it into round 2. Hopefully they'll make it to round 2, but I think Eddie's going to lay Thor out. I really do. I really do. What's up, Texoma RC? Yeah, the Dumbo RC radio is actually pretty darn good. I'm noticing one of them maybe a little bit drifting, like the steering isn't quite centering quite well on one of them, but anyway. So it's a 14 or 22, depending on what. See, at $22, I just buy the 6-channel receiver for it. Yeah, Ronnie, from all I've seen from Thor, he throws these big, slow haymakers. He just seems, I don't know, maybe he's not showing what he is capable of. Like Eddie said that he's not showing everything, so, but what I do see at Eddie, he's so fast. LiPo or Life battery for my Radiolink RC4GS. You could go either or. Whatever it is, make sure you disconnect it when you're done, because I think that radio might put a little drain on them. I'm not sure, but whatever fits. I believe you can go 2S or 3S. I think on the LiPo. I think there was a guy running 3S on his GT5, and it was doing just fine. So, now we're about 8 minutes away of wrapping this up, so I can get on to the other live for the members, because I've got to take care of a little bit of something with that one. Thor was talking crap about Eddie and wanting. Yep, he sure was, and that kind of started a little bit of the rivalry. I gotta agree, hippie. I'd be surprised if it makes it past the first round, in all honesty. I hope it does, and I hope I get to see it. Hopefully somebody will be, streaming it on TikTok, and I'll catch it. Thanks, Bagpipe Killer. LiPo. Does it really increase the range? I mean, does it actually increase the output power to the receiver from the radio? Or, I mean, I haven't actually tried any distant things like that to test for that. Like, if you have a dead battery in the transmitter, I'd have to assume if the transmitter needs 5 volts to produce everything it can do, just take 5 volts, for example, 6 volts wouldn't matter. 7 volts wouldn't matter. It would just have a lot more duration until it gets down to the 5 points and then drops, right? Hippie, it's all possible. I kind of think they both have the endurance if they pace themselves. If they just go in and just all kinds of crazy, then yeah, they'll be done in 30 seconds. I've only seen one guy test both batteries and it did make a strong. Okay, that's interesting. I think I had that Red Cat MT8E. One time I borrowed it from Sean at Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. I think I did a video on that. X-Max wide kit is nothing but a part breaker. Not for me. I haven't broken anything with my wide kit. I really like it on there. So we got about 5 minutes to wrap this up. Then I'm going to get set up and take care of the other one I got to do. So hopefully got a bunch of channel members ready to go. Anyway, I do feel that Traxxas has got some new stuff on the way. I really do. They've got to. Their whole line is kind of stagnant right now, isn't it? Any clues for the next project? I'm still working on the Dirty South chassis. I'm still working on that. When is the Chronos video coming out? I think I've got that uploaded to members right now. I mean, I've got the X-Max video sitting there. I've got the V1 to V2 conversion video for the Max. I've got a bunch of good videos sitting in there, but it doesn't make sense to release them all at one time, you know? And besides, I think it's supposed to be raining the next 3 or 4 days, so having your daily videos, it makes sense to have some sitting in stock that you can just kind of put out there to get past the days that you can't video and you can't get out there. So they'll probably be all out this week. Demolitionator, yeah, buddy, you caught me right at the very end. Yeah, I got my other phone right here. Let me see if I got this. Let me see. Where's that app? Yep, be using that right there. I got to pick 3 numbers this time. 3. Well, 1 number, but 3 numbers to make 1 number, right? Yeah, RC 4-wheel drive. Man, I'm just not a big fan of their crawlers, man. It's just, there's so many more modern and technically more capable vehicles out there. But I guess if you're a scale hard body guy, the leaf springs and all that stuff still has an appeal. So, Texoma, all right, buddy. Caught the stream. Dad's RC, but you caught me right at the last few minutes because we're about to wrap this up. Brian Bagby, I do have Creighton Edis parts in stock. The email address upstairs, up the pin one, exocagerc@yahoo.com. You need to message me. Send me an email. Let me see. I got SCX6, SCX103, Vitavon. All right, SCX6 right there. I don't have any emails for those right now. I've got X-Max stuff right here. So if you got some emails to get to, if you want those, you need to send me an email. Should I have 1 SCX6 or 3 SCX10s? Torpedo Law. Man, I'd probably get the 3 SCX10s and build them all different. Enduro's holding up great. It's doing just fine. It's currently on the shelf, though. Maybe I'll get it out there. What do you do when I can't make videos to chill out, take it easy? I can't because I'm still doing everything else that goes along with it. So I still got all kinds of stuff. I still got lots of stuff. Even when it's raining outside, I can still do the installs and intros and outros and stuff right inside here. So it's gang. Hey, Joe's guys. I'm TF2. You have a good night. Don't forget the like button if you can. Yep. These are 3-link swap. Yeah, guys, we're about to wrap this up. We got about a minute to go. All right. Working into a comp truck. Heck yeah. So wrap this up. Be about 5 minutes. I'll be back on for the members. Guys, it's been absolutely awesome. Thank you all for being here. Phenomenal. I love all the questions and stuff like that. I really do. And questions like this are kind of on the spot. You know, I can't really think about it. You got to go pop it all out for you guys. So, but anyway, we are about to wrap this up. And I'm going to go right into the members. All right, guys. Mine 3/4 links up. There we go. It is 9 o'clock, and guys, I will catch you all later. So let's go ahead and see if I can end this thing somehow. Oh, there we go. Guys, catch you later.